Hey everybody. So last time we looked at all the different structures in the endocrine system. We can see them all here. Today we're just going to very quickly go through what each of the hormones are and where they're made and what they do. So we're going to start with the hormones made by the pituitary gland right up here. So if you were to follow these two lines in the middle of your head, you would find your pituitary gland. And your pituitary gland is called the master gland because it makes lots of hormones. It makes growth hormone. And growth hormone dumps out of your pituitary gland into the bloodstream and travels around. It goes right by your face, it goes by your knuckles, and then it targets the cells in your legs, in the bones inside your legs, and makes them grow. So it makes long bones get longer. Your pituitary gland doesn't just make growth hormone that targets long bones. It also makes a hormone called TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. Now, the thyroid isn't up here. The thyroid's down here. Remember, it's the butterfly-shaped thing. But your pituitary gland makes a hormone that goes into the bloodstream and travels around and targets your thyroid to make its hormone. So it's thyroid stimulating hormone. In this sense, it really is a master gland because it is your pituitary gland is using a chemical to tell your thyroid gland what to do. And it causes the thyroid gland to make thyroxine. Thyroxine is the hormone made in the thyroid. And thyroxine is really critical because thyroxine targets every cell in your body. Every single cell has receptors for thyroxine, and it increases the rate of reactions, and most critically, including respiration. Remember, respiration is breaking sugar down to get energy. And so if your thyroid isn't working and you're not making thyroxine, you're not going to have energy. So the thyroid becomes really, really important. Fortunately, we have made artificial thyroxine that we can give people whose thyroids aren't working, which is really fortunate because it's such an important hormone and it tells all your cells to do respiration and be alive, right? So the thyroid, remembers that butterfly-shaped organ. On it are 4 little dots. They are the parathyroids. They control calcium. Your bones have calcium in them, and you need calcium in your bones, but more, you need calcium in your blood so that your brain will work properly. So if you're not eating enough calcium, parathormone will tell your bones, let go of the calcium, put it in the blood so the brain will work. That's why it's so important to eat things with calcium, keep your bones strong, because you will take out of your bones to make sure your brain is working. All right, so we have adrenaline. You guys who know all about that, you're in an emergency, you make adrenaline. It's made by the adrenal glands. Remember, they're right on top of the kidneys, right? So the adrenal glands are right here, and they make adrenaline. Adrenaline only is produced when you're in an emergency, and it causes your heart and breathing rate to increase. Why? Well, if you're breathing faster, you're getting more oxygen into your blood. If your heart's beating faster, you're delivering that oxygen to your cells faster. Why do you need oxygen in your cells? Aerobic respiration. Why would you need more aerobic respiration in an emergency? Well, because you need more energy, and respiration produces energy by breaking down sugar. So an emergency comes and your adrenaline from your adrenal glands by your kidneys pumps out into the blood, goes to all over the body and does all sorts of things, but most importantly tells your heart beat faster and your diaphragm, which makes you breathe, go up and down faster so that you can get more oxygen into your blood to your cells so you can do more respiration so you have more energy. All right. The insulin and glucagon are both produced by the pancreas. You guys probably have heard of insulin because people who cannot make insulin or don't make enough insulin, or their insulin isn't working to target cells, have a disease called diabetes. What insulin does is it controls how much sugar is in the blood. When you make insulin, the sugar that's in your bloodstream goes into your cells. It reduces the amount of sugar in your blood. And if you have too much sugar in your blood, you will go into shock and die. So that's really important. You do not want too much sugar in your blood. So you make insulin to take it out of the blood and put it in the cells. Now, of course, you don't want too little, right? Homeostasis got to be not too hot, not too cold, right? So we also have a hormone called glucagon that does the reverse. It takes sugar out of these cells and puts it into the blood. And that's all made, the glucagon and insulin are made by the pancreas. And reminder, that's this organ underneath the stomach. And those two hormones together control blood sugar. The most important one for you to know is insulin. Insulin causes cells to take in sugar from the blood, reducing blood sugar levels. Okay, we have some reproductive hormones, estrogen and progesterone in women, testosterone in men, FSH and LH that are also in women. We're going to spend much more time on that when we get to reproduction, but I'm just going to quickly go through this. Estrogen, progesterone are made in the ovaries. Testosterone is made in the testes, and FSH and LH are made in the pituitary gland. And we'll talk about those in greater detail later. And that's an overview of all the hormones and what they do and where they're made.